welcome back to my 5th installment of Kaline's Corner. Today we're going to be wrapping up Kaline's cards from the 60s. So let's get things started with 1960 itself. Here is Kaline's card, graded a PSA 6. Now you'll notice that the card features this signature action shot of Kaline along the left side, with a nice head shot of him staring off into the distance along the right side. Centering issues usually prevent this issue from receiving higher grades, and it was certainly difficult for me to find a nicely centered version. Of course, in order to do so, the corners had to be sacrificed to receive this grade, but I'm quite happy with it overall. Now, 1960 was a down year statistically for Kaline. He hit only .278 with 15 home runs, 68 RBIs, and 77 runs scored in 147 total games. Nor did he take home a Gold Glove that year either, but still a fan favorite, and certainly his 1960s tops is a favorite among collectors. So definitely happy to have this particular example. So we will just place it in the background here next. And then next we're going to move into 1961. So this is Kaline's card, graded a PSA 6. Now, his 1961 tops, it's easier to find in higher grades than his other issues due to less centering issues and chipping issues that were relative to other sets of the day. So still difficult to find a centered version, but not as difficult as the 1960s top. So I was really happy with this one. The other issue is that this card has a dark background to it. So what can happen there is you can get snow and other printing defects. So I really wanted to find an example that didn't have that. So I was quite pleased with this one overall. Now in 1961, Kaline led the Tigers to 101 wins that season. But amazingly, that was still 8 games short of the New York Yankees. So the M&M boys, Maris and Mantle, their home run sprees, which are so famous, those were just too much for everyone to handle that year, including the Tigers. And they weren't able to catch the New York Yankees. So I'll give you one more look there at his 1961 tops. We'll place that in the background here next. And then last but not least, to complete the 1960 run, this is his 1962 tops. Again, graded a PSA 6. This one in the lighthouse holder there. I would like to get those other two reholdered by PSA. I only have 3 Kalines thus far that are not in the lighthouse holder. So for consistency and uniformity of the set, I would like to get these two in the lighthouse holder. I think they would look really, really sharp. So 1962, we have a really nice shot of Kaline swinging the bat, of course surrounded by those famous wood grain borders of the set, which are growing on me. I didn't used to be a big fan of this set, but the more I look at particular cards from this set, it does have more appeal to me. Centering, definitely an issue, as well as chipping, which is not surprising given the borders. And the chipping is really important for me for this set. I think the cards look great when they have minimal wear along the borders. So I was really happy with this example. And then I think it's nicely centered overall too. So this was not an easy one to find that sort of met the requirements that I was looking for, but really happy with this particular example. Now, 1962, that saw Kaline start the season on an absolute tear. So he batted .345 with 13 home runs and 38 RBIs in just 35 games. Now, I mentioned in my previous video how he broke his collarbone catching a ball that was hit by Elston Howard, who would go on to win the MVP a year later. That was on May the 26th, and it forced Kaline to miss the next 57 games. So who knows how long he would have been able to keep up the torrid pace that he was on. So really like this card. Poor Kaline, he sustained quite a few broken bones. Got his collarbone, his hand, his arm, osteomyelitis in his foot, and battled through all of it and still able to attain that Hall of Fame career. So we will put this next to the others here. And of course, this completes my run of 1960s Al Kalines. Really happy with how the set is coming along, and I'm excited because we're going to be getting into the 1950s, and those are personally my favorite Topps issues. So I'm excited to keep moving forwards on this set. I hope that everyone has enjoyed so far and what's to come. So as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for caring, and I will see you in the next one.